I never meant for it to go this far, but I suppose I've been lying to myself about that for a long time. It started with him, Theo, tall, dark eyed, with that easy laugh that made me weak. I was captivated the moment I saw him. He was supposed to be mine. But then she got in the way, Natalie. When she walked into the room, it was like a spell had been cast. The way he looked at her, it was instant, undeniable. A connection so deep that even I could feel it. And just like that, she had him, and I had nothing. When I found out they were dating, I told myself it didn't matter. I swallowed my jealousy and buried it beneath layers of forced smiles and friendly words. If I couldn't have Theo, then I could have the next best thing, Natalie. So I got closer, became her friend. At first, it was strategic. I thought if I stuck by her side, I'd find a way to drive them apart. But then something unexpected happened. I liked her. She was warm, funny, the kind of person who made you feel important. She saw people, I mean, really saw them, even me. Before I knew it, we were inseparable. Shopping together, sharing secrets, spending nights drinking wine and watching movies. She called me her best friend, and I let her and myself believe that I was. But the jealousy never went away. Instead, it grew. I wanted to be her. The way she made Theo laugh, the effortless way people gravitated toward her. I copied her style, mimicked the way she spoke, wore my hair like hers, and even got a car like hers. And yet, it still wasn't enough. I wanted more. I wanted it all. I went to Sweet, the hoodoo man, under the cover of night. His shop was tucked between two abandoned buildings, the kind of place most people were too afraid to enter. But not me. My desperation silenced my fears. The room smelled of burnt herbs and candle wax, and he was waiting for me as if he had known I'd come. I told him what I wanted. "This kind of jealousy ain't normal," he said, eyes like storm clouds, "and the price won't be either." I didn't care. "Make her sick," I whispered. "Make her disappear." He stared at me, long and hard, before sighing and mixing something into a glass jar. "This ain't like the movies, girl. Hoodoo ain't just wishing and waving wands. There's always a cost." I didn't ask what the cost was. I didn't care. I just paid him and left. Then I waited and waited. Weeks passed and nothing happened. Natalie was still perfect, still glowing, still with Theo, still everything I would never be. So I went back. I didn't ask for sickness this time. I asked for something bigger. I wanted to be Natalie, to slip into her skin, claim her life, feel Theo's lips on mine as her. Sweet's warning was sharp this time. Body swapping ain't clean magic, and there ain't no one doing it. You get what you ask for, and you live with it, he warned. I don't care. I want it, I demanded. And so he did it. It took a while before anything was different, but then one day, I woke up, and I was her. It was exhilarating. Theo held me like I was the only woman in the world. I wore Natalie's clothes, walked in Natalie's shoes, and lived the life I had spent years coveting. For 2 days, I basked in it. Then I found the letters. The first one was addressed to Theo. It started with, "If you're reading this, I'm already gone." Confusion and panic crawled up my spine as I dug through the drawer, finding envelope after envelope, each labeled with the name of someone she loved, including me. I felt sick. My hands shook as I read, my stomach twisting into knots. Then I saw the discarded hospital bracelets, the pill bottles, the endless medical bills and doctor's reports. Stage 4, cervical cancer. I ran to the mirror, staring at the face I had stolen. My fingers trembled as they reached for my hair, her hair, only to feel the soft lace underneath. A wig. I ripped it off, and a sob tore from my throat. The patches of missing hair, the frailness I had mistaken for effortless beauty. It was all a lie. I had wanted Natalie's life so badly that I never saw her suffering, and now her suffering was mine. The decline came fast. One moment, I was standing. The next, I was on my knees, vomiting into the sink. The nausea, the pain, it was unbearable. I wanted to run back to Sweet to beg him to undo it, but there was no undoing it. Natalie was dying, and now I'm taking her place. Theo held me in those final days, whispering love into my ear, his tears soaking my frail body. He thought he was losing her. He had no idea Natalie was standing right beside him, whole and healthy, wearing my skin. I saw her once. She came to visit me herself. She looked at me the way someone looks at a ghost, as if she knew, deep down, that I wasn't really her. She never said a word, and I never begged for my life back, because I knew I didn't deserve it. When I died, it was her name on my gravestone. Natalie stood there, dressed in my body, holding Theo's hand. I wonder if she ever knew what I did, or if she even cared. I suppose it doesn't matter now. I wanted her life, and instead, I got her death. And in the end, I paid the price. So be careful what you wish for, because sometimes the price of envy is everything.